Hey, I'm Johnny from Health.
And I'm Beej.
And you're watching Loud TV.
That's right.
We are on tour supporting the story of this year, the Sleep Token, and it's their first arena tour in Germany and Wembley Arena in the UK. And so we're very lucky to be here. We're having a great time.
We love playing Germany, so it's pretty cool to play 5 really big shows there with them.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
One of them at a place that's our third time, the Palladium, which we always love going back to.
Yeah, Cologne.
In Cologne,
Yeah.
which is one of my favorite German cities now too. For that.
Also, we're doing little press trips here in Paris, and we got to go to Haarlem for the first time in the Netherlands, and we just like being in Europe. Period.
What about Germany, which is, I would say, the most metal, but the more industrial country in the world, I would say.
Yeah. Everyone loves the German machine, everything, machine parts.
Ex Machina.
Yeah. But yeah, we also, we love being in Berlin. It was great to hang in Berlin. I did a DJ set at 8mm bar. It was fun.
Yeah, we definitely fit in that sense of Germany, and we used to be on City Slang, so we've got all kinds of kind of German roots in that sense.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
a feeling of camaraderie and purpose there that way. Belong.
That was part of, it was kind of lumped in at the time, they called it Blog House or whatever, but yeah, that the French touch, or that we love that 100 BPM stuff, especially the 2000s, and, we love the modern versions of, just Gustavo Stein, obviously, later, and then we love now Sierra, from Paris. We love that 100 BPM stomp, always been a big influence on our music, especially the modern stuff like Sierra, Revisia, Mario Tura, EBSM they call it, the kids, I think. We do love a lot, we listen to a lot of EBM, that's been obviously an influence on the record. What's that called? And I just watched the documentary. Actually, there's a great EBM documentary, and where did I just see that? It's very cool, very cool. And there's all kinds of groups I never heard of, and they playing like a dance song, and the guy's just bashing like a trash can or like 2 sheets of metal, and it's fucking cool as hell, And they have all these ones from Belgium and stuff like that. It's really cool.
So you got roots and influences from the US parts, because we can hear the Nine Inch Nails parts.
Industrial metal, yeah.
And at the same time, maybe the Pet Shop Boys, maybe.
Definitely Pet Shop Boys. I mean, I don't know if that's a willful.
Especially in the vocals.
Jake isn't really influenced vocally. He's not trying to sound like Neil Tennant, but he does kind of sound like Neil Tennant. So we just say evil Pet Shop Boys. And yeah, definitely, obviously the obvious ones, all the obvious ones. Rammstein, obviously. All the big names. And there's really a love of. We're doing our own thing with modern production, and we're all influenced by new stuff like EBSM and funk, but there's a huge influence, especially from 90s industrial, the American side, and also EBM, late 80s EBM, like the cool dance, dark dance, that really stilted beats, like that. We love that stuff.
Are you kind of, it could be, the album could be a soundtrack for a movie, like The Crow.
Yeah, people say that, yeah. And if it's, definitely would fit in, you can do club scene with any of that stuff, for sure. And the whole album you can basically dance to, for the most part. It is. I mean, personally, I've always loved albums, and that's how I got into music, but I totally understand for now, nothing is helping you by releasing an album. People will listen to the other tracks less. You could release a song and it gets the biggest push you can get, and it's going to help you to do it again. And you can only release half the songs from the album for them to treat it as an album. So now, those other 6 or 4 or whatever songs will not get the same amount of coverage. So I totally understand why bands are only doing singles and making them these huge events. But, we personally, we really love albums, and so we still want to keep making albums. And we dripped out as many songs as possible to get them as many ears on them,
We really come from real rock roots in that way, that we like epic rock, albums.
Yeah, we all, one thing that's really in common with all 3 members, we love classic rock, and we love 70s album-oriented rock. Even the 90s is basically the same thing too.
Yeah,
it's just
every Nirvana album is
put on the CD.
Alice in Chains albums. I want to hear the whole thing.
Dirt?
Yeah, I want to listen to the whole thing.
Dirt.
Exactly.
So yeah, we just, we want to keep making albums even if it's unfashionable.
You're talking about rock, but sometimes the guitar riffs are really metal.
Yeah. Well, same thing. I mean, we grew up in the same respect. Metallica. I'd listen to the Black Album again.
Also, we listen to so many different
front to back. We had the Walkman and the 1 or 2 tapes. So any road trip anywhere growing up, it was I'd play that, or Nevermind, or Faith No More is The Real Thing, or Angel Dust, or something on repeat. You know, like I'm learning, the whole album for sure.
We just love the
There's no
album.
other way.
We're just very modern. It's very digital. You know, it's all
how
in
it started.
Ableton, and it's piecemeal, and we're doing it sporadically in different places, pieces at a time, months between. So definitely not like a studio experience at all. You know, we're doing it, you know, in a very modern sort of way, and I like that. Having more and more time with the music is better, or better for us, I'd say, which I like. Tons of different
Everywhere.
places, or direct, or just done on the computer here. The only, we obviously we went to we go to studio when you need a studio. We did work at the Bunker in LA, but most of the time, like I have a studio in my basement. You can just work at home. You can work on your computer anywhere. You know, the demo can be made anywhere now.
I have an electronic kit in my tiny flat in East LA, and I can send them drums anytime from there.
Yeah, you just
if I need to.
That's the power. It's email. Fuck it, just. Boop.
But that was not always our way. That was definitely hit the mic, sorry. That was a pandemic move because everything got so remote. There was no way to, do it otherwise, so.
Yeah, we've also, the pandemic's also changed how the band worked, where we've gotten so much more online, and our fan base has gotten really online, and more things like Discord and streaming and like gaming communities, very dork shit. But, it's been good for the band.
LA is the place for, I'm a huge fan of Fear Factory, from the 90s.
It's really funny you mentioned Fear Factory. So when we first started, we practiced in the practice space that Dave Mustaine owns. And there's always this band directly across from us that was so fucking loud and so heavy. And we're like, damn, these guys kick ass. And then finally one day I walked in and I was like, hey man, what band are you guys? And I was like, oh shit, it's that guy. And he's like, it's fucking Fear Factory.
Yeah, they're shredding.
And one day I came out and Scott Ian from Anthrax was just sitting in the hallway like warming up. He was going to do something with it. And I was like, oh shit, man. That's really funny,
Yeah. You'd see the Melvins walking
Oh, the
around
Melvins
a lot.
practice there too? Yeah. Oh yeah, we do. Not on the regular. We are a band first and foremost. But yeah, we've done stuff. We've done soundtracks from Max Payne 3, a song in Cyberpunk 77. The first song that was released from this album came out in the Ultra Kill video game. So yeah, we're around. We're around the gaming industry a little bit. But yeah, we're mostly a band first though.
Are you into video games?
Hugely, yeah. I have a Steam Deck in my backpack over there.
Kind of grew up on them, but I don't do them as much anymore.
It's a great time to be a gamer right now. I'd say 2023 was when this is wild. I don't have time to play all the games. I'm still trying to beat Baldur's Gate 3 right now. It's just too fucking long. Well, when it came to Max Payne 3, we composed. When it came to Cyberpunk, they're like, we would like you on the soundtrack. Can you make us an original song for the game? And then when it's Ultra Kill, we just became friends with them online, and they were like, hey, we have a new album. They're like, oh, how about this? Let's put it in the game, because they had their own events planned too. So that ended up just perfectly, That's just kind of always been our sound. We've just trying to be a really loud band, and Jake has this really soft voice. And it's like, it's really different, but it also makes us unique, and that's just what we've been from the beginning, And as time changed and our sounds changed, it's still basically the same thing.
We have these moments of effect, like screaming through like pedals, if we want the screaming, harsh kind of yell to happen in a song.
But it's not like, it's different, very different.
That's kind of how we handle the
Yeah, it's still very
abrasive
stylized, I'd say.
vocal
yeah.
part in that sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I think what's really matters is that it's, one thing that discussions we have is like, this shit's got to be dark, it's got to be heavy, and it's got to fit in with what we're doing. So as Jake's lyrics get more direct, more personal, I think it's just good, and people connect with them. And I think it's great if it's not fully spelled out, because I don't want to ruin a fan's meaning of their connection with the record. Like Fade to Black is one of the greatest Metallica songs. But if someone tells you it's because they got their amp stolen, it really fucks up the story for you. So it's better to not know,
The lyrics have always been sort of intentionally abstract in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Until now.
And now they're getting very
right.
direct,
So
yeah.
it's like but still, there's a lot of abstraction there, I would say.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think
forward.
also Jake would feel, and I would, well, at least I would say, we don't, even though they're getting very personal, you're not supposed to imagine like Jake's journey and like you're hearing Jake's story. You're supposed to feel and connect it emotionally, and it's about you. It's your story,
or,
even though that they're personal lyrics to him. The emotions matters.
Persona or something.
Yeah. We've done that since the beginning. From the beginning, I did the artwork, and then now I do it with this guy. We have a guy behind the scenes now named Joe McKinney, who's basically like my right hand now with all marketing, social media, and artwork now. So I do all the art with him now. But we've always done this retro-inspired, we're inspired by old jazz covers and stuff like that with song titles on the front and sort of presented in this way. So yeah, we've always had these sort of retro, simplistic covers. It's part of our art aesthetic,
How do you do it? It's like...
Photoshop. And it kind of got started, when the band started, we didn't know what to do for art, and we were part of this cool scene where people had this incredible hand-drawn artwork or cut-up pastiche artwork, and we couldn't do that. And we wanted to stand out, but we also wanted to show that we were part of it because we loved this art that was going on. So we intentionally made a style that was very computery and also very retro, inspired by like old jazz or even advertisements. And it was so simple to put together. It was, I could do it, and then it sort of took a life of its own because people really responded to it, and we just kind of kept going with it. And it was perfect for screaming on T-shirts, and that became the band's aesthetic. Oh, we got to get to work. Now we got to tour our asses off. We got all the shit to do now.
If we look a little worn right now, we're working pretty hard.
Yeah, we're just starting the engine. To next year, yeah, we got to hit the bricks. We got festivals in Europe. We haven't announced yet. We're gonna have a full European tour. We have a full U.S. tour. We're headlining Roburn 24. We're gonna have a lot of other experiences. So yeah, we gotta hit the bricks.